Okay, let's start the third Heat and Thermo problem from Get It. Another nice, relatively easy one. Heat is added to 0.25 kilograms of a substance which is initially a solid at a steady rate of 50 joules per second. The temperature T of the substance is shown as a function of time on the graph below. So we see it's initially a solid, it heats up, after a while it stops heating up, it must be melting at this stage, melting, and then it starts heating up again. Maybe it's all melted and it's become a liquid. Okay, so the specific heat of the substance in the solid state is closest to, and we got some numbers. So, alright, well, I've identified this as the solid bit where it's warming up, because obviously it starts as a solid, they tell you that, so that's here, solid, and then it must be warming up, and then when the temperature goes like this, it must be melting. Okay, and they must be stirring it very thoroughly as it melts to make sure that we have a nice constant temperature equilibrium between the bit that's melted and the bit that's still not melted. So 200 seconds is how long heat is added, 100, 200 seconds at 50 joules a second. So the total amount of heat added is 200 seconds times 50, which is equal to 10,000 joules. That's the heat that's added. And what's the temperature change? Well, the temperature change, it went from 280 to 290 to 295. So the temperature change is 15 degrees Kelvin. And what's the mass? It's in the question. It's 0.25 kilograms. And we know there's a formula somewhere. It says heat is equal to mc delta T, and the thing we want is C. So we can rearrange and say C equals Q over m delta T, which is equal to 10,000 over 0.25 times 15. And we get 2666 joules, which is about 2.7 kilojoules. Okay, and we look at the answers and we can see only one that is even close to that, D. So D must be the answer, and D is indeed the answer. There's no tricks to this, it's just, can you interpret a graph? Useful skill, and it's great. So this was test 2 in 2015, question 2, and 76% of students got it right, and approximately 5% of students went for each of the other dodgy answers, with no particular preference, so there was no trick there that was distracting anyone or making anyone make any mistakes. Okay.